Hey guys, Skewy here, and welcome to my intermediate to sub-advanced tips for playing Generation Zero. It is an open world game in Sweden, and against robots, basically it kicks your ass, and a lot of things to take from this game is that you will die. Here are just little tips I've written down to hopefully get you through going from getting white guns to purple guns, starting to kick some ass, just to give you those little bits of what you need to sort of have the upper hand on the robots. It is much easier since the latest update, but it still does kick your ass. It is punishing in solo, absolutely punishing. So hopefully here are some tips that can give you a little bit of an edge and basically take the doubt out of what direction should I take when starting in this game. So more or less, they're not numbered or anything. We're just going to run through them. You know, same thing every time. Best things to loot: cars, trucks, bodies. So you see soldiers on the ground, you'll see cars and trucks. It's green trucks. They look like containers on the back of them. Open them up, there'll be stuff inside of them. Cars, police cars. Bunkers are the go. If you see a bunker, loot it. If you spawn in after a few days off, jump back into most of the bunkers, you'll get bullets out of them. All the sorts of things you need. Bullets, because some of these tanks take a lot of bullets, especially if you're soloing it with a not so great weapon. Just keep 2 weapons on you. Box all ammo and tools you don't need. So if you're running an AK and the MP5 or something like that, or a pistol or a shotgun, just keep the bullets you're going to use on you, and just keep 2 guns, maybe 3. Keep 1 in your pocket, but it's just going to take up room, and you really don't need it. If you're not going to use landmines, put them in your backpack. If you're not going to use grenades, put them in your backpack. Chuck all the crap you'll never use. If you have no intentions on using flares and firecrackers, chuck them. I do urge you to use them and get used to them, because they are helpful. But if you don't like them, and it's not even in your game plan to use them, chuck them to the shithouse. Just keep room for bullets, because that's all you really need if you are running and gunning. Don't keep stuff you won't use. So, like building materials, you don't need them. Put them in your box. If you don't want them at all, drop them on the ground, because they're everywhere. Kill dogs and hunters for ammo. So if you see a group of dogs running through, grab your pistol out, shoot the tanks off them. They'll have shotgun ammo, and your hunters will usually have 7.62 or 5.56 on them. So they are easy targets if you want to run through the lower stages of the map. Kill all the little orange guys, prototypes as they're called, militaries, get the green ones, and just work your way up to getting a lot of bullets to take on your rivals and whatnot. Use flares and mines. I really do urge you use flares in a situation. Just chuck them at the tanks, let everyone shoot at the tank. Use your mines. Mines are great for dogs and hunters. Like the things that chase you, drop a mine as you're running. You know, they're going to hit it. Sometimes the dogs blow up with 1 mine. It's very handy. There is no shame in hiding in a house and taking shots through a glass pane window or out the door when the rockets are hitting overhead. There's no shame in it. In the churches, like, if you can find a spot to take out your first few harvesters, get some bullets, get some decent guns, maybe get those good drops, there's no shame in it. It's something that needs to be exploited sometimes, and you can't just take down everything running and gunning. Shoot weak points. So if you don't know the weak points, check out the videos on YouTube, like gas tanks, petrol tanks, their eyes. You'll see little lights on them. Anything, pieces of armor that fly off. If you notice a piece of steel flies off them, next time shoot that piece of steel off. Shoot everything off. Take their armor off. You'll notice little yellow triangles on the sides of the tanks. Take their armor off. It'll expose their machinery. Start shooting at that. It'll mess them up. And if you shoot the guns off tanks, the main thing you should be shooting at tanks is their guns off, so then they're useless. They're just this big walking rock running through the place. They will stomp on you and fart on you, but you shoot the guns off harvesters and tanks, they're useless. Get behind the enemy. Most of the enemies are vulnerable from behind, so you could just pump bullets through them. Plus, if you put an enemy between you and another enemy, the bullets they're firing at you will do damage to the enemies. So if you're hiding behind a tank and all the hunters are trying to shoot you, they're doing damage to the tank. It might not be much, but it's handy. Kill the little shit first. Kill the dogs, kill the hunters, get them out of the road. Unless there's 2 or 3 harvesters sitting there calling in reinforcements every 10 seconds and just making more hunters, shoot all the little shit. Get rid of all the crap first. Doesn't matter how many rockets are flying at you. Take out the little crap, throw a flare, get rid of it, take it off the field. Make it so much easier only controlling 2 big targets rather than 50 little ones. Take out time to loot, so do loot sessions. Like, I'll always, before a stream or I know we're going to grind, I'll run through the map, just looting bullets, trying to dodge things, and just grabbing a bit of a stockpile so you can take out what you need to take out when you are grinding and doing the runs. If you die, keep going, because damage does not reset at all. You can die, respawn 300 kilometers away, walk back, and he'll still be at the same health. So don't worry about dying. It is frustrating. Bang, respawn, walk. Bang, respawn, walk. But you get him down. Once you take his guns off, or you kill him and get that good drop, you're like, wow, that was well deserved. That was good. So use radios too. Drop a radio. If you're preparing for a big fight, get you and your buddies, or if you're going solo, just drop a radio so it saves that walking time. It does help. Level 25 is the level for experimentals. Don't even bother killing rivals until then. Do your missions, get to level 25 so you've got 15, 16, 17 rivals on the field, and then go nuts. Because there's no point killing them until you can get experimental drops off them. So don't even worry about them. An underrated gun is the 44 Magnum. You get the gold one with the pistol scope on it. Use it. It's a beast. It's like a sniper rifle. You just sit there, dish, dish, dish. It's got a really good damage output for what it is, and with that pistol scope on it, it's amazing. I use it because you'll pull it out with 44 bullets, and you're like, oh wow, I've got 4,000 of them. Sweet, let's do this. Nothing wrong with it at all. Gold weapons will come to you, so don't worry about going and YouTubing gold weapon locations and running to it, because you can get them in drops. You can go and get them all, and it will be a lot more helpful, but it's nothing like killing a tank and then finding a gold weapon on it when you've got a purple or a blue and you've been struggling. There's nothing better than finding something you haven't got. Like, you can go, oh, I got the gold rocket launcher before I even got a white one. Well, that's done now. You know, you didn't have the... That's just me, though. That's just me. Gold weapons will come to you out of the drops. No need to worry about running all the way up to the top of the map to grab the gold rocket launcher and the gold Magnum, and then going back down and murdering everything. I mean, there is, but meh. The airfield in the middle of the map, in the countryside, I think it's called, or the farmlands. The farmlands. It is great for loot and great for tanks. So you drop in there, you've got a locked house right next to you, locked sheds, you've got locked sheds across the runway, you've got a bunker down the other end, and you've got police cars, soldiers. It is great for loot, but it is hell. There is always a lot of shit there. So go to the airfield if you want. It is somewhere you can run to more or less as soon as you start. It'll take half an hour to get there, but once you get there, you know, take your time. You'll always get Phoenix or Apocalypse. You'll always find something there to mess you up, but it's risk first reward. It's always a good spot to go to. So as for tips, guys, that is pretty much a lot of the shit I thought about while on the toilet. It's my thinking place, and I hope they help, because now Phoenix Rising's out. It's a little bit more easier, but holy hell, it's still punishing as a solo player. Playing with buddies, it's fun. You're dying, you watch your rockets fly everywhere. It's amazing. It's such a great game. But wow, it punishes you, and it rewards too. Like once you start getting those experimentals and gold weapons, it's so fun to absolutely dump on harvesters. Absolutely so much fun. I hope this video helped, guys. I hope you picked up some tips. Feel free to drop them in the comments if you have any others, because I want this to help other people. And if you guys have something I've missed, they can go through the comments and they can find their own tips, find your tips, find everything down there. Because this game is punishing and we need to band together to drive these robots out, more or less. Cheers, guys, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a sub. And we'll see you next time. I'll probably do some beginner tips and some more advanced ones. But for now, these are my most valuable tips. And I hope they help. Cheers, guys.